There are people living their dream lives, like with good provider men, buying them yachts, buying them Birkins, buying them Chanel bags, being good husbands, being loyal. Not everything you see on social media is fake. There really are people out here with everything. You do not need to choose between love and money. You can have everything. You can have that version of reality. All you have to do is decide to choose that reality. That is the reality that is available for you. There is a version of you in every single different version of reality. There's a version of reality where you are super rich and super wealthy. There's a version of reality where you are very famous. There's a version of reality where you are homeless. But you get to choose which different reality you want to exist in. Which one do you want? The longer you spend believing that this version of reality is not available for you, the longer you will keep pushing away that reality, because you have to believe it once here first before you actually experience it in real life. The truth of the matter is, you are not aiming high enough because you don't think that you are worthy. You don't think you deserve that treatment. But there's this other girl that's gone out and she's found this loyal man, provider man, who's just bought her a yacht. What makes you any less special than her? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You can have everything that you want out of life right now, even if you are unhappy with the current state that you are in. When you want and desire something, it's because there is a version of reality out there that exists where you have this thing that you desire so much, whether it be your dream apartment, whether it be your dream car, or going on your dream holiday. Like, there is a version of reality where that is the only reality. So when you finally get something, it's not the first time you've experienced it. You always experience it first here in the mind, and then second in your hands, when you actually have this thing that you once dreamt of having. Let's say you are unhappy with your current state. Let's say you're not happy with your weight, okay? So you hate yourself in this current state, but it's really important that you understand you cannot hate yourself into achieving your goals. You can't hate yourself into finally finding your dream partner. You can't hate yourself into finally being skinny and losing the weight. Okay, well, maybe on that part you can. You can bully yourself into losing the weight. You can wake up every day and be like, you are so fat, you need to lose weight. And that probably will work. You will be motivated to go to the gym if you are talking to yourself like that. But, however, if you are talking to yourself in that way, once you lose the weight and you're finally happy with what you look like, you have now programmed yourself into this state of hate. So now you are looking for other things about yourself that you hate. So now, all of a sudden, your nose is too big. Now you need a nose job. Now your lips are too small. Now you've got to go and get lip filler. Now you need to go and get a tan. This isn't right about your body, this isn't right about anything, and you bully yourself constantly into this place where it's never ending. Where does it end? Where does it end? You get the rhinoplasty, and then where does it end? Because then you want the lip filler, and then you want the highlights, and then you want all of these other things, and it just is a vicious cycle. Where does it end? As long as you are not healing from the inside out, anybody that you let in to your world, you're always going to be disappointed and they're always going to let you down. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have two identical cars. They're both shiny and both beautiful on the outside. You get into the car and you have a takeaway. One of the cars that you get into is immaculate. Like, it is so clean. It is so well taken care of. You can tell that it's just had a fresh valet. The carpets are hoovered and nice. And you've just finished eating this takeout in the back of this car. And the last thing you think about doing is littering in the car, because this is going to be highlighted like a sore thumb. It's going to stick out like a sore thumb. However, if you were to get in the other car that is also very shiny and very beautiful on the outside, and you get in with the takeaway and you begin to eat, you finished your food, it's a mess. It's horrible on the inside. There's things shoved into the sides of the doors, rubbish. There's like bunched up clothes in the corner of the car, random hanger in there, odd pair of shoes, old takeout meals, empty coffee cups. It's just so filthy. You're going to feel like you're more likely to get away with just leaving the trash from your takeout in the car, because it's not going to stick out like a sore thumb. What's one more little bit of rubbish here? It's not going to make a difference. Driver's not going to find out. It's not going to notice. So why not, right? This is exactly how you have to love yourself and treat yourself with regards to doing the internal work. Because people can see whether you've done the internal work. You might look shiny and beautiful on the outside, but as soon as you let someone in, they will see. Everything will be unraveled, and you could have your dream man. However, your dream man could still treat you horribly. Although he had the potential, and on paper he was your dream man, it's actually you that's not done the work. Obviously, it's his fault as well. However, what I'm saying is, if he's going to come into what looks like a shiny car and it's dirty on the inside, it's toxic and it's not healed, it's not looked after, you've not looked after yourself, then he's going to think, yeah, I can get away with a few things here. She's not going to find out, she won't notice, but well, she's used to it because she treats herself like this. So how do you begin to do this inner work? That is so important. It all starts out with your dialogue, your inner dialogue. How are you speaking to yourself? When you look at yourself in the mirror, are you saying things like, I am so loved? Or are you saying things like, I am so unlovable, I am so fat, nobody likes me, I wish I was funny, but I'm not, I am so unlucky, good things never happen to me, oh, shock, this has happened to me again, this always happens to me, it's so terrible, terrible things always happen to me. I'm sorry, but it was just so difficult for me to film that because those things I genuinely do not relate to, and you shouldn't either. That does not exist in your reality. You can choose to decide what beliefs you program your mind to believe. Your words are the things that program your beliefs. What happens when you start to believe the negative things that you are saying to yourself, like I am so unlovable, I am so unlucky, those types of things. When you say that, what happens is you also start to look for evidence in your life to corroborate that story. And now you start to illustrate and paint this picture and you start to share that with others. Yeah, I'm so clumsy. This one time, I just missed a step and threw myself down this flight of stairs because I'm so clumsy. You look for evidence, and sometimes you start to even fabricate stories to fulfill this self-fulfilled prophecy that yes, these things are true about me. And you will never outgrow yourself if you keep telling yourself these stories. So please stop. The next thing that you need to do is let go. Like, gosh, the amount of clients I have that are so stuck on their ex, and I get it, you've had a long relationship with someone, but as long as you are holding on to someone who is not meant for you, how will the universe or God, I believe in God, so how will God give you something better if you are still holding on to the things that no longer serve you, that have been taken away from you for a reason? Are you still stuck on the fact that you were an ugly duckling at school? But you're not. You're beautiful now. You're gorgeous now. I think it's so normal for people to have had that ugly duckling stage. Like, it builds character. You are not the same person. So stop holding on to that story. Yeah, well, you know, I was treated like this. Well, you're not treated like that now. And the more that you treat yourself like the bullies at school treated you, and you start to play into that narrative, like, stop bullying yourself. They bullied you and you didn't like it, and now you're going to do it to yourself. You're just as bad as them. Actually, you're even worse because you're the one that's doing it to yourself. Where is the self-love? How can you attract your dream partner when you feel like this worthless person Who wants to be with someone who is worthless? You don't want to be with someone that's worthless. So why would someone else want to be with someone that's worthless? You are enough. Like, you are beautiful. You are incredible and all of these amazing things. And you need to start talking to yourself in a different way. Let go of the things that have been taken away from you for a reason. The things that no longer make you happy, that no longer serve you. The next thing is be grateful. We have so many things to be grateful for. Like, if you have family, you are so lucky. Like, we are so lucky that we get the chance to wake up in the morning. We are so lucky that if we need to ring someone, there's someone on the other side of the phone. We are so lucky that we get up every single morning and we have a choice of what we want to eat. Like, we are so lucky that we get to eat when we wake up in the morning. When you actually take a moment to be grateful for the things that you already have, God will give you more. God will give you more when you are grateful for the things you have. It makes so much sense, and I promise you, this really does work. The next thing that you need to do is, what does the highest version of yourself look like? What does her day look like? What time does she wake up? What does she wear? Does she go to the gym? What time does she go to the gym? How does she speak to others? How does she speak about herself to others? How does she speak to herself? How does she speak about others? And I mentioned language a lot here of like, how does she speak about others and about herself? And that's because language is so important. You see often so many times there is a beautiful girl and she looks like she's got that hot girl energy. However, you start to get to know her and you're like, oh, she's kind of dull. Like, that's underwhelming. What a shame. And it's because she doesn't have hot girl energy. Hot girl energy doesn't matter about the external. Let me tell you a story. I knew this girl growing up and she wasn't the prettiest girl. She wasn't the prettiest girly, but she was just such a nice person. She was really nice. I really got on with her and we had a great time together. And I remember we were getting ready to go out to this party and she would look in the mirror and she was like, wow, I am so beautiful. She's like, look at how amazing my lashes are. Look at how amazing my skin is. And I was like, yeah, like, it's so nice. Because obviously she's telling me it is, so now it is. And over time, she would say these things about herself, like, oh, love my body. Love my body. I've got such a woman's body. And she wasn't the skinniest girl. Like, when I tell you, every single guy was obsessed with her. Every single guy was obsessed with her. And over time, I started to believe, like, she was one of the prettiest people that I knew. Because language is so powerful. Like, how you are speaking and how people absorb that information, you can almost trick people into believing it. And until this day, actually, she's always had the most attractive boyfriends all the time on rotation. She's just always had really good looking men in her life that treat her nicely because she treats herself well. Her self-concept is so clean and her self-worth is so high that men see that and they mirror it. Everything works like a mirror. If you think you're ugly, other people are going to think you're ugly. If you think you're beautiful, other people are going to be like, wow, like, she's so beautiful. And I've seen this happen in real time. Another level of elevation and to get the things that you want in life is to journal. Let's say you want your dream partner. Like, I manifested my dream man in under a month, right down to the color of his eyes, his height, how I feel when I'm with him, how he treats me, how he looks after me, how he provides for me. It was under a month. I even wrote perfect teeth, and by dentist standards, he has perfect teeth. So how do you do this? If looks are important to you, write about what he looks like. What color are his eyes? How tall is he? What color is his hair? If clothes are important to you, what does he dress like? What's his influence in the fashion industry? If career is important to you, then like, how much money does he earn? What does his job look like? Is he a CEO? Does he own his own business? Or is he high up in a really good company and have a stable income? Is traveling important to you? Where does he travel to? Where do you guys both travel together? If materialistic goods are important to you and being spoiled is important to you, then what car has he just bought you? Which Birkin has he just bought you? What does your apartment look like? If it's about how you are treated, how do you feel when you are with him? Write all of these things down in real time. I feel so taken care of when I am with him. I am so grateful to have such a loving, caring man. I finally feel safe, protected, provided for, cared for, heard. I am so grateful that I am finally satisfied in every area of my life. My partner is incredible. He treats me so well. He speaks to me well. He buys me the most amazing luxury, perfect things. I am so grateful. Write it down in real time in your journal. When I tell you, when I look through my journal, I write my future. So everything that happens, I've already written about it before and dated it prior to the date when it's actually happened. So journaling really does work, and it's not going to be like this thing where you write a page and you burn it over a fire and then it comes true. Like, manifestation doesn't work like that. It's about getting into the version of your higher self. So when you're writing as if this is actually happening, and it's triggering your imagination. So it's triggering you stepping into that reality. So you start to feel like, oh, I'm so excited, like I finally got this. And you start to feel that giddy and excited feeling. So now those feelings that you are feeling, it's almost as if you've already got it. So now you've become a magnet to the things that you want. So now the things come to you. And that's why when I was writing about my dream partner, I manifested him in under a month. When you are manifesting and you are journaling and you want like the dream partner, never ever ever be too scared to ask for too much. This is a big mistake that a lot of people make. They say, I want someone who's 6'3". They want to say that, but they think, probably won't find someone like that, so I'll just put 6 foot. No, go big or go home. Like, don't bother with it. If your dreams are not big enough to the point where if someone read it, you would be embarrassed. Like, that's how big the dreams need to be. So, you know, think big numbers. If you want money, get specific. I want, 100K a month. Get big numbers, get specific with the numbers. If you want love, go exactly for what you want, not what you think you can get. Like, if you want 6'3", but you feel like you probably won't find someone who's 6'3", yes, you will. Write it down right now. Manifesting anything is like going to a restaurant, okay? So when you go to a restaurant, you put in your order. You don't sit there and you think, what if my food doesn't come? Like, where is it? You never sit there and panic. You just sit there and you enjoy the drinks, you enjoy the company, you enjoy the little bar snacks that they bring you, the little bread or the little nuts or wherever you are. You enjoy that and you just know that your meal's coming. And that's the same with your manifestations. You have to ask for things once into the universe if you're spiritual, or if you are religious like me, then you speak to God and you ask for things once. You never beg. You don't go to a restaurant and be like, please. They just say, okay, just ask, make your order and sit down. Like, we'll bring you your food. And it's the same thing with manifestation. Like, your manifestation is coming. So just sit down, relax, and enjoy the journey. You have to adapt that same knowing. The same knowing to your manifestations, the same restaurant theory that your food is coming. Like, if the food isn't available at the restaurant, I'm sure they're going to come over to your table and let you know, this isn't available, but we can offer you this instead. It's the same with your manifestations. Some of your manifestations might not come true because God might have something better for you. And if so, that's amazing. But you're not going to start complaining if there's something better for you that's meant for you at that time. Just accept it and just know that it's coming. Have faith in the process. Have faith in yourself. Anything you want from this life first comes from yourself. How you view yourself, how you tailor other people's perceptions of you, how you speak about yourself is always mirrored by other people. So no more of this, I can't achieve that. That's unrealistic. I'm so clumsy. I'm so stupid. I'm not smart. Literally, hearing those things, when I hear people speak like that, it's like nails on a chalkboard. Like, it is so painful. Remember that you are worthy. You are a goddess. You deserve the world. You are magic. You are beautiful. You are one of one. Until next time, mwah, I love you. Bye.